Let's go ahead and get started with our next session. If we can all grab a seat, thank you. All right, now I have the pleasure of introducing our next two speakers, Ms. Susan Osland and Mr. Ali Khantal. Susan Osland is Managing Director of webXR Design, works as the Program Manager of Spatial Experiences for the Open AR Cloud, and is a founding principal at Weâll, a vanguard of 34 international researchers dedicated to promoting natural and inclusive immersive interface design worldwide. We've also got Mr. Ali Khantal here, founder of XR Masters and an AR cloud studio specialized in spatial content management, and co-founder of Onsite Viewer, an innovative platform focusing on photorealistic AR cloud experiences. Mr. Khantal is a serial entrepreneur and a business consultant with a profound focus on community creation in the AR cloud. So let's give it up for our speakers.
Yay! No signal, is it on? We have a no signal, is it on up here? And we have no notes. Perfect. Can we have bigger notes? Perfect. Okay. Good. So hi and welcome. I'm Susan Osland. I'm not going to introduce myself because Logan just did that.
Yeah, and let me talk about what we'll be talking about today then. We'll be talking about two different city-scale city-scale AR projects today that are persistent and geospatially located. I'll be talking from the point of view of the technical program manager about Istanbul testbed in Turkey.
And I'll be talking from the point of view of the designer or experience director about the LA testbed in Los Angeles. So first, we're going to talk a little bit about the Open AR Cloud. Then we'll talk about our workflow and show you some examples. Open AR Cloud's mission is to...
This is not responding on time.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah. Let's wait for a while.
Okay.
I clicked once.
OK, this is good. Yeah. So what makes an experience rich? So a rich experience should be memorable and have some kind of an impact or create a transformation in the user. So 4 ingredients are important for creating a rich experience. And the first is to use design principles to create a meaningful journey, to create delightful and unexpected interactions, intuitive and natural interactions, and to work to increase the believability as much as possible will help to increase the amount of immersion. So first, we're going to talk about a little bit about the Open AR Cloud. Then we'll talk about our workflow and show some examples. Open AR Cloud's mission is to drive the development of open and interoperable spatial computing technology, data and standards to connect the physical and digital worlds for the benefit of all.
The team has been designing and building the Open Spatial Computing Platform, an open and decentralized platform consisting of protocols, standards, and reference implementations. This has led to what we are excited to share with you today. At the core of our interoperability philosophy is the universal Geopos encoding standard. Members of our team have been working closely with Open Geospatial Consortium, OGC, to develop the specifications. And OGC Architecture Board has approved the draft for public review. A Geopos defines the position and orientation of an entity in relation to a real-world object, by default Earth, typically via a geographical reference frame. This is a standard that would allow developers not only to pose entities with the AR cloud, but also to communicate with other systems. A fundamental principle of the OSCP, Open Spatial Computing Platform, is to be agnostic to any particular Geopos provider or visual positioning service provider.
Partners at the OpenAR Cloud work collaboratively to build the technology that makes creating experiences on the AR Cloud possible, and the interoperability makes the collaboration possible.
Augmented City is the first and currently the only fully compliant Geopos provider of Open Spatial Computing Platform. XR Master's mobile app is the first and currently the only native OSCP compliant spatial browser and content management system.
And UXXR design operates as a frontline R&D creator and advises on user experience design. And I just want to mention also that we're only talking about these partners, but obviously we have many more because this is what we're going to be talking about today. But we have over 55 partners and over 300 members.
The next slide shows the rich experiences workflow. This starts from the design phases to create a meaningful journey to capture and build the assets, uploading the assets, and then authoring and publishing, and finally visualizing your rich AR experiences.
So establishing place. Pershing Square is at the center of downtown Los Angeles. It's a public space with equipped with 5G, and it's open and accessible to all. That was an important criteria for our project, and it serves as a transportation hub and often is used as a public paid event space. It has a rich history of bringing community together. Very good. And it's centered around its once flowing but now dry water fountain. So we wanted to do something meaningful and establish a strong purpose, to use technology in a way that would create a better future. We also wanted to create a project that the city would get behind and support, and that we believed would be fundable. So with the now dry centerpiece at the center of the city, we thought, what better purpose than the California water crisis? We set out to imagine a lush oasis that would inspire awe and excite and attract visitors, to create a sense, I said that already, to create a sense of a sacred appreciation for water as a vital resource. In so doing, we also wanted to inspire people to teach them about the enormous effort required to get water to Los Angeles and the impact that causes on local ecosystems, and to inspire behavior change and an appreciation for water as a resource.
Before you can do anything for geospatially located AR, you need to capture or spatially map the environment. And this creates the point cloud digital twin of the environment, and this can be performed with a mobile phone or a tablet.
So once we had a successful point cloud, we surveyed the area by photography, photogrammetry, and even analog measuring, right, tape measuring. And this was to obviously get a sense of scale, and because we're wanting to locate things pretty accurately. And then we brought all of this data into Maya to kind of rebuild the main architectural elements of the site. So we took the photogrammetry river. There's a river in the stonework, and this is where our artist did the modeling, and then that was brought into Substance Painter for texturing, and then in Unity is where we built all our assets, and here the developer is talking about the different parameters of the shader that he's adjusting to make the water more realistic.
And once assets are built and uploaded to the cloud using the mobile app, a repository, a database can be picked to place the content. And while placing the content, translation, rotation, and scale can be adjusted. Another fundamental principle of the OSCP is it is content provider agnostic. Once localization occurs, any content that has been registered through the OSCP Content Discovery Service Protocol, the content will be discoverable. Along with XR Masters and Augmented City, Zapparâs is also an OARC technical partner. And we look forward to their impending integration and being able to serve experiences authored through the Zapparâs platform. These two videos are striking examples of how spatial web era user interactions will be in spatial web era. The first video shows a whale trying to go out of the room, but it gets stuck, and when the door opens, the sensor sends the information to the system, and the whale goes out. The second video utilizes proximity-based interactions. As the user approaches the fish naturally swims away. Other interactions may be activated by on-tap, gaze, audio, sound, weather, or biofeedback. On this slide, the first video shows synchronized interactions. So when a user interacts with an AR object, other users on site will be able to experience the results of those interactions. And the second video shows how two whales are occluded by the building when they're swimming behind it. And with greater believability, the sense of immersion increases.
Using the universal render pipeline allowed us to create realistic water effects. The shader graph here allowed us to manipulate the transparency, the color of the water, add refractions and sinusoidal displacement of the water surface.
Oops.
Is that not
one more
playing?
back. One more back. I have to go. One back. And yes.
There we go. By layering several different particle system effects, we were able to create the mist, the water falling in multiple directions, and then the realistic dispersion as it hits the lake there.
The next video shows an AR wayfinding use case that was designed as a proof of concept in an airport in Turkey. Once the user localized successfully, you can see that spatial ads around him starts appearing. And he can see his flight information, his gate number, which is kapı numaranız, is 238. And he looks around and sees spatial ads. Then there are arrows that are placed on his environment for him to go to his gate. And you can see that there are spatial ads also popping up. And this talks about a 50% discount by the jewelry shop right there. And this is actually just giving a use case of how our world is going to be. And here it is. He's guided to his gate number 238.
So Pershing Square is a testbed for the Open Spatial Computing Platform, but it's also a civic art project with a purpose: to raise awareness, instill a sense of reverence about water, our most precious resource, and ultimately to incite behavior change. The experience will be expanded with an app that allows visitors to log their water-saving behaviors in real life, and collectively, the virtual water level in Pershing Square will be reflected, and it will put the city's efforts on public display and demonstrate what we can do together as a community.
And opportunities. We believe marketplace is prime for activations, and OpenAir Cloud is looking for tech partners to help expand the Open Spatial Computing Platform. We are also looking for creators. Creators are needed for rich experiences to be built on Open Spatial Computing Platform. And as when I was introduced, I am the testbed coordinator of OpenAir Cloud, and we are looking forward to talking to anyone who is interested in OpenAir Cloud or who would like to get involved or has projects that you would like to discuss with us. Please contact us, and thank you for listening.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, we've got some time for Q&A here, so if you've got a question, go ahead and find your way to the middle of this room.
We were so clear.
So clear. I love it. Great job, guys. Great talk. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Matt. Excuse me, Ali. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day today. The expo hall is open until 3 p.m., so be sure to go check things out. And we will see you around. Have a great rest of your day.